Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Jamal Musiala. Wonderkid Watch is back and we're watching the Wonderkid that has decided to actually play for Germany in recent times. Very well-rounded stats again, along with the mentals and pretty decent physicals for, again, a 17-year-old, so not too bad. But as you are, I'm sure, aware, he has got dual nationality, both with Germany and Nigeria, being born in Stuttgart, Germany, but moving to England when he was very young. So very interesting to see. Now, in real life, as I mentioned, he will be playing for Germany, but in the game, he won't be able to play for Germany due to the licensing issues. So it will be likely that he will end up playing for the England national team. So not only will we get to see how he performs in his club career, but also how he will do if he played for the England national team. And we can hopefully in the future kind of compare that to his performances for Germany and how they got on. So it will be certainly interesting to see. We can see that he did start his career at Chelsea. Well, technically started at Southampton, which is where he moved to initially. He then joined Chelsea's academy and then off to Bayern Munich as well there when they moved back to Germany themselves. And has played pretty well in the third league with Bayern's second team. But it'll be certainly interesting to see if he does get into the Bayern first team and kind of how that develops. So we'll jump 5 years ahead when he's 22 and see where he's at that stage. Wow. Okay, so he has kind of reverted back to England, now having played 12 caps, scoring 9 goals, so he's got a great tally there. £71 million value, 325,000, and has moved to Manchester City. Certainly interesting to see. He has got an improvement in his technicals and physicals, nothing to stand out really, but dribble-wise, off the ball, acceleration, all looking quite nice there. Has been able to kind of develop in playing a bit deeper as well, which may come into play a bit more at the latter stages of his career. Let's see here then. So he performed really well for Bayern. Wow. So he obviously came back with a vengeance. Got a 7.5 rating initially, but then the year after getting 25 goals in 33 appearances and 9 assists. 7.98 rating, that is incredible stuff. Moved to Man City for £95 million, which is insane amount of money, but didn't really play that much. I don't know if that's because of injuries or what happened there, but he has started to play more again in 2030. Interesting to see how much money he went for, the £95 million. So a massive chunk of money, certainly. Has he won anything with them? He certainly has by the looks of it. The Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League all in 2028, having gone to Man City. Also getting his first cap at that stage and scoring his first goal the year after. Interesting to see. Broke the record for third Liga goals, 28 goals a little while ago. Interesting, certainly £95 million worth of player there. He doesn't necessarily look as good as he is performing, I'd say. So someone to look out for. Very well-rounded, as we were saying. Defensively not amazing, but not really something you'd be worried about. But obviously an elite striker, certainly, and someone who scores goals for fun. But we'll jump another 5, see where he's at, and if he can continue this, a fantastic run of form. Leicester City is the next team he's gone and joined following Man City, as well as Atletico Madrid by the looks of it. So we'll take a quick look at that in a moment. His stats certainly have declined, now 32 years old. So as expected, they will have gone down slightly. Maybe that's why he's joined Leicester. 40 caps overall, so not too many, but still a pretty decent ratio of goals with 24 there. Let's take a look. So he obviously performed pretty well. Maybe got another injury in the year after, which reduced his playing time. So Man City looks to cash in on him. £62 million later and he's off to Atletico Madrid, performing phenomenally well, really, looking at those 3 years there. And then in the 2034-35 season, he barely played. He performed well in the games he did play, but didn't play much at all. They're moving to just joined Leicester for £2.1 million. Maybe back in England to kind of end his days there. Any more trophies? So it looks like he has won quite a few with Atletico. Won the Spanish First Division multiple times. there, as well as the Spanish Cup. So he started to really win trophies and join those teams. But it'd be interesting to see if he does kind of peter out now. It looks like maybe injuries have affected him. I don't know if we can really take a look at that. So there's there's a couple of major injuries where he's been out for a few months, especially in the latter stages now. So that's probably explains why he had got injured during his period of time with Atletico, and maybe why he ended up leaving the club, because he didn't get to play much because of that injury. But we'll jump ahead again, see where things are in 5 years' time, if he's still playing, and if he's retired, where he's at. Alright, so Musiala has now retired, head of youth development. Hasn't joined a club as of yet following his retirement. Not too amazing. Working with youngsters isn't too bad, but his judgment's not fantastic. Coaching wise, again, not too amazing. Good determination. So, I mean, he might struggle to get a job with those sort of stats at the higher level anyway. But let's take a look at kind of where he was at following that. So he did play for Leicester, not played much, maybe due to injuries again. And then he moved back to Spain one more time with Alicante in the first division for 2.6 million. So Leicester did make a nice little profit on him. Not performed well again. Dropped again to the Portuguese league with Victor Guimarães for a free transfer. Again, not performed too well. So he did kind of peter out at the end of his career following quite a impressive one-season wonder at Bayern. But isn't too bad. He's nothing to shun at. But for 95 million, not sure that's really kind of worth that sort of money anyway. But certainly interesting to see, at least, that his development and kind of his performances. But can you get a bit of a better outcome with him? Or is it a case that he's just not quite the player you'd hope he'd be? You'd have expected a few more caps for England, maybe, with some of his performances. But it's interesting to see, definitely. But thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the video, all that sort of good stuff. And we will catch you next time. Goodbye.